Okay, this is going to trigger me a little bit, but I want guys to pay attention to this. This is why you should not have females as friends, women, or just women as friends in general. They're just terrible people to have as friends. Um, right here, you see the caption right here. It says, when my homeboys keep asking me to put them on to girls like I'm a human trafficker. Or so right here, we'll play this.
No, I said no. You can kill all that right now. No, I said no. You can kill all that right now.
So basically, you've probably seen a theme of this, even in TikTok, right? Just where you'll have women make videos trying to justify them when basically their male friends ask them to put them on to girls. Hook me up with a girl. And then those same women will be like, no, because I don't trust you and blah, blah, blah. So right here, I'm going to focus on that argument, because usually what happens is women, they just follow trends on TikTok. So there's a lot of women with this same kind of like format. Or right here. So you'll have a woman, she's going to say, because if you were a good guy, I'd have done it for you before you've even asked. And now this is where we come in with the logic, right? And here the guy said, if he ain't a good guy, why be friends with him to begin with? And that's always been something that's interesting to me. And no response from her. No response. This is a argument. So they'll be like, oh, but if you actually were a good guy, I'd have done it for you. But so why are you friends with him? Because it's interesting. Anytime a guy is acting foul or whatever, they always want the man to take responsibility. Well, why are you friends with a guy that you would even trust around your sister? Would you? They always like to say that. Would you let your sister date your friend? So why would you even trust a guy you would even let around your sister or your mom? And you're just like, okay, whatever. Now, once they have male friends, right, quote unquote male friends, you ask them to put them. Why don't you hook up your male friends with other women? Oh no, they're not this, or they're not good enough. I'm like, well, if they're these so-called bad people to be boyfriends, why are you? They're such bad people. Why are you friends with them? Why do you call them your friends? And they have no response for it. They're gonna have to come up with a different strategy, because we already know where I'm going with this. Because look at some of the responses. So now here you have two women here. She goes, sometimes some people are good as friends, but suck as romantic partners. Also, honestly, sometimes playing Cupid with two of your friends will end up with a major friendship breakup when they have a fight and blah, 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 blah. Excuses. And then somebody said, he's a good friend, not a good boyfriend. Now, why would you care about that if you're not trying to go out with him? By the way, if he's your friend, you can still be friends, right? Even if he's not a good boyfriend. Why do you care if he's not a good boyfriend or not? You're not trying to go out with him, I thought. But we already know what this is. Women are users of people, bro. All they do is use. I know I'm because this triggers me. They say they want male friends, whatever. They don't. There's nothing to it, but they will not set those male friends up with women. And what they do is they sabotage their quote unquote male friends' prospects of getting women. Because what happens is you hang out with this broad at the club. She's going to do things where she's going to act like, it's almost like if you go to the club or a public spot with this broad as a friend, she is going to do things in public where she's going to mark you, where she's almost going to act like that y'all going out, but she's not. But because she knows other women are also looking at you, or probably giving you a prospect, especially if she's with a guy with potential or whatever. There's probably going to be other women watching, and she's going to try to make it look like y'all are together, even though you guys are not. She's intentionally sabotaging you. Or if a woman does come up to you and she finds out you're with him, but he's not smashing, she's instantly going to lose attraction for the guy. So I always ask, particularly dudes that be simps in my comment section, I'm like, what can a female friend do for you, dog? Because there's very few female friends or women in general that will set a dude up, a male friend, with another woman. I'm talking about very few, and actually be like a decent person about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's very few women that will do that. I'm talking about very few. And the ones that I know did that, it was interesting. Like I know, like in one instance, it was a girl who actually set up this dude with a woman that's actually skinnier than her, and he messed it up. Now the problem is the girl that set up the dude with another girl. What the girl that set him up doesn't understand, he actually likes her. So when she confronted him about, yo, what happened here? And he just had nothing to say. But it's I don't know. Maybe she's in denial. She's just in denial. But that guy really likes her first, right? But that's another story for another time. Most women are not trying to set up their male friends with other girls because the women like this are like these. The woman in this video, the woman in this comment section, they're energy vampires, and they need a male host. Anyone will do. They don't want to give up their male host of when they have their feeding of energy and attention. So this is why you see. So shout out to this guy right here. They say, why are y'all friends with guys you don't trust? This is the ultimate Uno reverse. It's great. Now they talk about, oh, I ain't no human trafficker. These guys are trash, but you're friends with him? I never, because I remember men don't get a pass on that. I don't remember many men getting passes on if they're men, if they're friends, if they're male friends, if a man's male friend is being trashed, they don't get a pass. They always gonna ask him why you hang with him. So that's a very fair question here. Why are you hanging with a man that you don't trust? Interesting. He said, no, don't get with him. He treats women badly. Then why are you staying around? It's interesting, man. But like, because I'll say this, I feel like, and I've seen this to me happen to me, where women have sabotaged my dating experience in terms of in this sense, where I've been in a situation where the quote unquote woman bestie was sabotaging me in middle school. This happened to me in middle school. This happened to me in high school. This happened to me a little bit in college. Now, when it comes to my adult life so far, I've kind of limited that kind of thing, and I've tried to surround myself with decent people in general. But I don't have any female friends. They don't really offer anything. They don't help you. They don't really hook you up with stuff, and they definitely don't help you try to find a woman, to hang with. They just don't do that because they just want that attention and energy to themselves. It's I just think you should be able, if you're really a homeboy, right? If you're really a homegirl, you help each other out with these kind of things. Like I've seen dudes that are in love with girls and they will still set up that girl with a dude. And I'm talking about that dude will be in love with that girl and he'll still set up. The girl will ask, how about him? Can you set me up with? And the guy will he'll still set her up with the guy that she wants. Still, I've seen dudes do that. But I when it comes to the other way around, they will sabotage you. They will sabotage you. It took me a minute for me to understand. Oh yeah, these ladies or these girls in the past, they were sabotaging me when they were doing stuff like this, where I'll be in public and I'm shining, and then they're trying to hang up on me, even though they say, oh no, we're just friends, but then they see me shining, where I could get this girl to come to me, but then they're all up on me like they're the girl, but they're not. But they see that they could lose your attention and your energy, and so then they latch on, or they do just enough to keep you around to play with your emotions, so you won't even try to, you know what I mean? So I know there's plenty of men that have been through this, and this is toxic behavior. This is one of the peak toxic behaviors that does not get called out on the woman's end enough. That's just my opinion on that. But like you said, I told you I'm triggered about that. Somebody said I'm not ruining a poor girl's life, but this is where they're snitching on us. So why are you hanging out with dudes like that? Talking about feeling like a pimp. This. I'm reading these comments right now, and I'm just mad because they're all snitching on themselves. They're all showing that they're actually friends with quote unquote these are their male friends, and they're complete. They're saying that they're complete scumbags and they don't do this and they don't do that, but they're still friends with them. They can't. You can't get away with the logic with on that end, because I already knew I wouldn't be able to get away with this. Somebody said, just say yes. Damn. Like, yeah. Like, but the reason why they're stingy with that, whether it be their female friends or another girl that they know, because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to not. It's not because they like you or love you. Is because they just don't want to lose you. They need you as the host to feed on. They're energy vampires. That's what they are. Attention vampires. Attention seeking vampires. They feed off your energy. They can't afford to let you go. They can't. It's crazy though. But yeah, one day we'll get even more into this.